Jason, Clear Creek Farm, how we doing? Today I'm going to bring you along as I put these barn doors together for our buck barn for the pen. So now I'll take and cut a board to go across the top, a 2x6, and then I'll take and go mount it. These gates are basically made out of racking material for heavy industrial racks. So they're heavier duty than most cattle panels or pig panels, whatever you want to call them. So these are not going to be very easy for the bucks to break. Our bucks, usually we don't have that problem, but these are heavy duty. They're not going to bend, they're not going to break, and we'll use lag bolts to attach the equipment to these. And then if that, for some reason, if that quits working, then we'll take and bolt it on. So that's where we'll start. I'm gonna go get another board to cut the 2x6 for the top, and then we'll go get that hung. There we go. Now we got a finished gate. We'll go in here and get it mounted. So I have this one door ready to go. I'm going to take and mount this one door. I'm using flat barn door brackets. I'm going to use lag bolts, 6-inch lag bolts to go into the 4x4, and 3-inch lag bolts to go into these 2x4s to hold them in there. I'm going to drill them out first. I'm going to drill these out, each one, before I put the lag bolts in to help them make it a little easier to drive them in. go. We got all the hinges put on this one. See if we can get her open here. I have to cut that back corner off. I just wasn't for sure if I was gonna need to take this corner off or not, which it looks like I'm gonna to get it so it shuts all the time. I put that on there, the top there. It wasn't for sure, so no big deal. I'll grab the saw and we'll block her off here. There we go. Shuts good. Opens good. Other than I got a board in the way. And she opens that much, we're good. Now we're gonna mount the latches over here on this side, and this pen will be done. Come with all this extra hardware. I don't use none of that because for me, I don't think it is long enough, and I'd rather use lag bolts than I would nut and bolts. So. On our buck pens, we always put 2 of these latches just in case. That way, if they decide to rub along the bottom and stuff, you have some support there. These gates are way better than my old gates that I made. So hopefully we won't have no problem with them flexing when they rub on them. But I'm gonna still, just for safety. So, I got this gate finished. Opens, closed good. Latch is good here. Bam, bam. These bucks won't be able to get out, so they're super strong. We have the lag bolts in here, so they shouldn't come apart. If they do, we'll just run bolts all the way through to the other side and bolt them down. But I don't see these coming apart anytime soon. So I'm going to take you for a little tour of the buck barn here, what I've done so far, and tell you what else we're going to do, and then we'll wrap this video up. So right now and stuff, this is what I've got done. I still have 2 more gates to put up and build. One it will be right here. It's a little smaller, but for the bucks to go in and out, perfectly fine. Then we'll have this back pen there. You can kind of see there, back there by that ladder. That will be a pen that'll go out the back side of the building, and we'll be using that for our young bucks because usually we have 3 or 4. This pen's a little bigger. This pen is actually 4 foot by 10 foot, which is the size of the, goes all the way across the back of the barn. I got to finish getting this manure pile out of here. Didn't get a chance to finish putting up the back wall of our bunker. So I got to get that finished up and cleaned out. This pen over here is a 7-foot by 6-foot pen. We'll usually have 1 buck in here, possibility of putting 2, but we always run another buck or a doe in with our bucks. So that's what we'll do. This is my sliding door that I made a few weeks back. You can go look at a previous video on how I made that. It's all out of 2x4s sandwiched together basically and offset a little bit with 3/4 inch plywood as the sliding door. All these pens have 3/4 inch plywood as dividers. My wife really wants me to add another sheet of 3/4 inch plywood across here, just for extra stability, because these 2 pens here will end up being our older bucks, just so that way they don't fight. And if they do, you got a little bit extra strength in between. This pen here is a 8-foot by 6-foot pen. The one we just put the door on today. I'm hoping next weekend I get this all finished up, and then we will hopefully be good to go to start working on the outside. So that's what we got going on here. Thank you for coming along with me today as I worked on the buck barn. Hopefully you enjoyed what you seen. Hopefully you learned something. So see you guys all on the next video.